What's up, guys? Look who it is. Osborne and McCarty are back as promised. Thank you guys for your patience. Let's not waste any time. UFC 108 could have been a really lousy card. There was like 8 or 9 fights that were supposed to take place, and for one reason or another, guy got sick, injured, whatever, they're out of it. But you know what? 108 is actually a pretty decent card.
I like this card.
Let's talk about the first one. This is a fight I'm really looking forward to. You got Junior Dos Santos taking on Gilbert, Yvel, who you've heard of, never been in the UFC, surprisingly, not even in the old school days. Tough dude. Now, Dos Santos just fought Crow Cop. Didn't think he was going to get the win. He destroyed Crow Cop. We're going to see more of that in this fight?
Definitely. I think we're going to see way more of that in this fight. I don't really like Yvel. He's kind of a dirty fighter. I haven't been that impressed with him. He's kind of a joke in my book. I mean, he's a good fighter. He's not a great fighter. I think Junior Dos Santos has huge potential, and he's going to put Yvel away, 3rd round.
I mean, he's training with the Nogs.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong with that. Yeah. So what do you think? You agree here? Is he going to get a KO?
I don't think he's going to get the KO, but I definitely think he's going to go in there and want to get a KO. But I think he's probably going to rock him and maybe get on top of him, which I think he should do. Get on top of him, ground and pound. 2nd round TKO.
TKO, nice. I actually think there's a greater chance that Yvel's going to pull some shenanigans. Eye gouge, bite, knock out Mazzagatti, which actually might get a huge standing ovation. I don't know at this point. But I don't know. I think I'm leaning more with Matt. I'm going to go KO for Junior Dos Santos. Next fight, you got Duane Bang Ludwig taking on Jim Miller. Matt, who's going to win and why?
Yeah, I'm going to give this one to Miller. I think he's a really tough guy, not the greatest striker, but he's got guts, man. He loves to grind guys out. Ludwig, I've seen some of his fights in other organizations. I haven't been that impressed with him, but I can't really tell with the competition level what it is, whatever. But yeah, I think Miller's just going to go in there, grind him out, strike a tiny bit, take him down, pound on him a little, and get a decision.
Nice. Is it like a striker versus grappler kind of thing?
I see it primarily being that.
Yeah, I see, maybe I could be wrong on this, but I see Ludwig is kind of one-dimensional. He's definitely more stand-up. Jim Miller has got the heart, man.
Yeah.
He can wrestle or he can actually outbox you. He was really impressive against Matt Wyman. So I'm actually going to agree. I'm going to say Jim Miller. I'm going decision, though. So I don't know. I don't think he's going to be able to finish Ludwig. Ludwig has a lot of experience, and I think that's going to go a long way. So, Jared, what do you think?
I'm going to agree with you, Josh. I think Jim Miller, he kind of gets decisions, but he's beaten really good guys. Like Mac Danzig. He's a really well-rounded guy. Mm-hmm. So I think he's got the skills, but not all the power to put it away. So I'm going to take Jim Miller decision.
Moving right along, we got one of our favorite fighters, Joe Lauzon, Sam Stout. Now, Jared, I'm going to start with you. I know you really like Lauzon, so be open-minded about this. Let's give the fans what they want, because obviously if we don't, they're going to trash us.
Well, Sam Stout, pretty well-rounded guy, but it's pretty notable that he's a striker. And he's had some good fights with Spencer Fisher, but Joe Lauzon, he's more of a wrestler than Spencer Fisher is.
Yeah.
I think he has the skills to get it to the ground in this fight, even though Sam Stout might have a really good takedown defense. Joe, he'll find a way. So I'm going to go Joe, 3rd round submission.
Really? He's quick.
He is.
That's one thing I do like about Lauzon. He freaking pulls submissions out instantly. I think that's the way you should have your submission game. When you're setting up, it's like, hello, pretty much just send a fax to the guy an hour before the fight and just say, here's what I'm going to do. Lauzon whips it out quickly. But I'm going for upset of the night. I'm going to say Sam Stout wins this one, mainly because Lauzon's coming off that injury. I don't know if his cardio is going to be where it needs to be. Sam Stout really impressed me, man. On the ground, he's not very offensive, but defensive, he's amazing, and he quickly gets the fight back to the feet where I think he has the stand-up edge. What do you think?
I think it's a good call. I'm going to disagree with you.
Okay.
I think
I'm used to it.
Okay. I think one of Joe's biggest weapons is he's a really smart fighter. He's not a proud fighter. He's smart. He knows what to do, how to do it, when to do it, and that's why he wins.
He has the radars, man. He puts them out.
He's got it. So yeah, I'm going to agree with Jared on this one. I'm not going to take the 3rd round. I think he'll actually finish it in the 2nd armbar.
You're wrong. All right, another guy that we really like a lot is fighting next, and boy, would I've loved to see him clean Karo Parisean's clock. Karo's out Fortunately, they got Dustin quickly back into a fight. He's taking on Paul Daley. Now, I did some research. I'll be honest, I didn't know a ton about Paul Daley because this is his second UFC fight. The dude has knocked out a lot of guys. I'm actually really nervous for Dustin. I mean, Dustin obviously has got the great jiu-jitsu game, so he can, submit just about anybody. But Paul Daley, man, he's got to take him down first. So really, to me, this comes down to Paul Daley and his takedown defense. I mean, we were talking earlier that maybe Hazelett ought to take a few punches just, to get it down to the ground. Even has to grab an arm and pull the guy down there. I don't know. That might actually be really smart. So the question is, can Dustin get this one down to the ground? What do you think?
I think so. I think Dustin's biggest problem is getting caught early with a flurry or even just one punch. He just has to avoid getting caught. He has to play the smart game.
Yes.
Get Daley when he's off balance or something, or even, like you were saying, take a shot, fall down, bait him in, play some possum, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to give this to Dustin. I actually think he's going to finish in the first round. I mean, the guy's got killer jiu-jitsu when it goes to the ground. If it goes to the ground, it's not coming up, and I see that happening in the first round. I'm going to give him a Kimura.
Wow, Kimura, nice. Yeah, I totally agree with you. Dustin has to get this one to the ground. Is that going to happen? At some point, eventually it's going to hit the ground. It might even be the later rounds. I'm actually thinking Dustin's going to submit him. Probably something crazy. It might even be like a flying armbar like he pulled against Josh Berkman. But I'm thinking maybe second, third round. Yeah. Jared, what do you think? You're another Dustin lover. What do you think?
I am, man. It's sad.
He's a cool guy. You
that
gotta
we
like
all
him.
have to go after him. And Paul Daley gets no love. But
he's British too, isn't he? Well, oh, dang it. Yeah, nothing behind that at all.
Yeah.
UK fans, we love you.
Yeah. Just not Michael Bisping.
I got to go with Dustin Hazelett. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I hope he does get it to the ground. Maybe work the clinch on the fence and then get it to the ground. But I'm not really sure how he's going to do it. But I'm going to go anyways. Submission, second round. I'm going to say armbar.
Main event of the evening, we got the basically Machida's leftover scraps. You got Rashad Evans taking on Thiago Silva. Now, who's going to win this fight? Before I throw it to you guys, I'm going to throw out my little 2 cents. Maybe it's a little more than that. I don't know. Rashad is a really good fighter. He's got some amazing striking. I think he was just completely out of his element when he fought Machida. Didn't know how to work with a guy that's that elusive. Thiago Silva, not so elusive. He's a good fighter. I'm not going to crap on him or anything like that. The guy is, got definitely some amazing knockout power, but he fights very tight. And, I know sometimes that's a game plan, but that's not a game plan you want to go in when you're going against Rashad Evans, because he's going to come at different angles. He's constantly moving, changing the pace, coming in at different angles. And I think at just some point, if he can survive the fire that Thiago provides, Rashad is going to connect, and we're going to get another highlight knockout. Yeah. I just think that's how it's going to go down. If you guys have any other, opposing views, I'd like to hear. But let's throw it to these guys and see what they have to say.
I think Rashad's got a good mental game going into this. I think that was a problem going into the Machida fight. I think
he already lost before he got in up here.
Trash talking, you know what I mean? It's just like when that's going on in the ring, I don't think that's a good thing. And I kind of think Rashad might just be on the next level. Thiago, he's getting there, and I think he's going to be in the division for a long time. But I just think Rashad has more skills to use in this fight. I think he's faster. I think he's got better counters. I think if it does go to the ground, Thiago's got some jiu-jitsu, but Rashad's got a pretty brutal ground and pound. So
he does, yeah.
I agree with you, Josh. I don't think he's going to get the knockout standing up. He might rock him, but he's putting him out on the ground.
Maybe like a Forrest Griffin, get him on the ground and just stand over him, rain down some shots.
Stuff.
Okay, well, you've heard our decisions over here. What do you think? Rashad going to take this one, or are we going to get maybe a huge surprise and Thiago shocks the world?
No, Rashad has to take this. He needs to take this, and he will take this. I
like the confidence.
Thiago, he doesn't have the prettiest stand-up. Kind of likes to brawl, and Rashad's not the person to do that against. Rashad has got good counters, and he sets up his punches really good. So, I don't see this going on the ground. I see Rashad actually taking this one KO second round.
Thank you guys for your patience for our little absence there that we had. We are back. We are ready to go full bore. So again, we want you guys to participate. Put your comments and your predictions in the box below. And when the fights are over, we'll find out who was right and who was wrong. But guys, that wraps it up. I'm Josh Osborne.
Matt McCarty.
Jared McCarty.
And as always, we will catch you on the flip side.